Will you please listen?
Hello. How are you doing? Are we good? Are you alright? You feeling good? You bunch of douchebags. I'm doing another review today. Tonight it's 4:25. There's a really funny clip I found on YouTube and I'm going to review that today instead of a film. A lot of you may have seen it already, but for new watchers I think you get ready for quite a ride. This one's it's got 3.3 million views, so it's a good chance a lot of you have seen it already, but it's just I really made me giggle quite hard, so I want to share it with you just in case you haven't seen it, and I want to do a little review on it. I know it's not a film review, but quite frankly, where are the good films at? You know, I've had to resort to memes. You know, what does that tell you? I've had to resort to reviewing memes. So please, can the production of quality films speed up? For those of you who don't know, somehow you're living under a rock, how could you not know about this amazing piece of brilliance, really? Basically, the local parishioners of a small town in Britain held a committee where they were trying to plan something. I don't know what they were doing, because we don't never find that one out. You know, like stuff like how high the pavement's going to be and like wheelchair access, like, you know, little minute things, but fairly important stuff. Because of lockdown, they've had to do their meetings on a Zoom. Now, I'm pretty sure that the context for this meeting, this video that I'm about to watch, is that a woman called Jackie Weaver, who's like on a higher level, who works for the Church of England for all I know, just a parishioner who works maybe for the council, or not the council, I don't know how it works. She's been sent to mediate the Handforth Parish Council because there's just been some corruption of some kind that you'll see in the video, and I'll explain and give you a breakdown, psychological analysis of the certain parties, certain people involved, the characters, and so on. It's going to be really funny.
When do we plan to start?
Fuck off.
Straight away, did you hear that? Already you can see that there's a bad history of resentment that's about to boil up and erupt in front of us on this video. I'm not actually sure who said that, as he wasn't on screen, whoever it was, but this man right here you may think might be the protagonist of this story, but you will learn that you are wrong.
I think we could start any moment, Chairman.
Jackie Weaver, the mediator, who has to sort through all this chaos.
Can we be assured that we won't be thrown out of the meeting like we were last time?
A planning committee, a parish planning committee turned corrupt. Something as innocent seeming as that can apparently just be completely fucked up because of the nature of bureaucracy. Just makes you think, doesn't it? Like, this can go wrong. How the inner workings of the government must look if shit like this can run amok like that.
As long as we have reasonable behaviour from everyone, no one would be excluded from the meeting.
I'm going to give you some spoilers right away. Jackie Weaver, the character Jackie Weaver, who you've seen, this isn't like an opening credits, this is like their Zoom, this is like a screen recording of the Zoom before her face has appeared. She is the protagonist of this story, or she's one of the protagonists. There are multiple good forces of positive change, forces of good in this story, in this narrative.
Can we be assured that we won't be thrown out of the meeting like we were last time? I was thrown out of the meeting.
Obviously, there's a lot of implied history. Something has gone down, and I know what has happened prior to this, because there is a prequel episode. Even for fresh viewers, you know there's some just underlying tension that is just rotting inside these individuals and about to cause the whole inner circle to cave in on itself.
I was thrown out of the meeting. So was Councillor Birthill.
Quite rightly. The amount of information that comes across just in these first couple of seconds, you know exactly who hates who, what the beef is, what's going on. This is brilliant. It's so much effective dialogue.
So was Councillor Birthill.
This guy here. Quite right.
Yes, I'd like to ask a point of order. I'm in.
We're not in a meeting, so points of order are not.
When's it started yet? No?
Are you here as the proper officer?
I am here offering support to Handforth Parish Council in the conduct of this meeting this evening.
You're not the proper officer.
Is that as clerk or proper officer?
There's no difference between clerk and proper officer.
Of course there is.
Yes, there is.
You must know the basic law.
Just to make clear what this old man's gripe is, essentially to call a meeting or to call a certain code of meeting, there has to be certain conditions which he doesn't think are met, which he'll go into. But the reason he's saying, oh, we're not in a meeting, is because he doesn't think the very specific conditions, that some of which he might have very well made up or are completely antiquated, he's just holding on to and being like, no, we're not fucking starting this meeting because the conditions aren't met.
We'll start the meeting, and I want to repeat what I said at the beginning of the last meeting, that this meeting has not been called according to the law. If you want to raise a point of order as a councillor, you ask if you can raise a point of order, you state it, and then the chair decides. It is not for the clerk to raise a point of order. It is not for the clerk to decide a point of order. You must know the basic law.
And this guy here with the glasses is just trying to fucking get something done, start a discussion to solve actual problems within the community.
I am here offering support to Handforth Parish Council in the conduct of this meeting this evening.
You're not the proper officer.
Is that as
Right. You just heard the voice of my favourite character, which we also haven't seen, because it's just this brilliant way of you only see the black screen and their name before we actually see their faces.
Is that as clerk or proper officer?
There's no difference between clerk and proper officer.
Of course there is.
Yes, there is.
You can hear this lackey in the background go, yes, there is.
Of course there is.
Yes, there is.
And let me also quote to you the standing orders of Handforth. But will you stop talking?
You can see the anger. I'm not even mucking about now. This is just an uncanny display of abusing power, but in the most pathetic role you can think of.
We'll start the meeting, and I want to repeat what I said at the beginning of the last meeting, that this meeting has not been called according to the law. The law has been broken.
Und jetzt verschwindet gefälligst. Aber schnell. Herr Schober?
The law has been broken. Will you please let the
Jackie Weaver is here to right the wrongs, to bring justice to this small little town, this small little parish, and just doing a job. She's like everyone's mum. She's just nice, she's kind, polite to people.
This is a meeting called by two councillors.
Illegally.
We may now elect a chairman.
She's calmly stating what her business and what's going to happen, and then you have this guy just droning on about how they're breaking the law by having a meeting on Zoom.
that this meeting has not been called according to the law. The law has been broken.
Then the points of authority, it really just shouldn't be this complicated, but you know that they've either grabbed hold of this antiquated ruling system, and they just keep referring to it this is by the book. They keep saying the standing orders. They keep referencing that all the time. Anyway, you just know they are holding on to their slither of power that they've found in their pathetic lives. I mean, I'm being harsh here. I'm not trying to be harsh or anything, but there are certain people in this video who just do not accord themselves with any shred of dignity in the way they act. It destroys your faith in any form of political committees and get-togethers and gatherings and meetings and discussions, because you see how it can, even on this level, on this tiny level, it can be corrupted by these just douchebags.
Unless we are prepared.
Will you please listen?
We'll go the same.
Will you please listen? Will you stop being whatever it is you're trying to be and just clerk the meeting if that's what you want to do?
He senses a new authority coming in. He's very threatened by it, so immediately he takes this very self-defensive stance.
And let me also quote to you the standing orders of Handforth. But will you stop talking?
You see that fucking aggression there, that fucking narcissism in that guy's eyes when he's like, yes, I'm talking.
We'll go the same.
Will you please listen? Will you stop being whatever it is you're trying to be?
She's trying to stand up to little bullies like you, mate. That's what this guy is. He's just a bully, anyway.
If you want to raise a point of order as a councillor, you ask if you can raise a point of order, you state it, and then the chair decides. It is not for the clerk to raise a point of order. It is not for the clerk to decide a point of order.
Please tell me this isn't how all forms of bureaucracy works. It's just this needlessly convoluted, where it's to raise a point in council, you must first accord the same rules of the council that are backed up by Code 53 Law, Chapter House 5721.
It is not for the clerk to raise a point of order. It is not for the clerk to
just start the
decide
fucking discussion. Get shit done.
And you must be aware of that, or at least God knows what you're doing in your job if you're not aware.
What a pompous arsehole.
Oh, hiya. I'm just in a meeting at the moment. Can I give you a call back when it finishes?
The good reason.
Okay, all right, bye, bye.
There's lots of different tangent plots going off in all sorts of directions as well in this video. Some of them don't even tie back into the central theme, central story, which is the corruption and hence liberation of the parish council.
We'll start the meeting, and I want to repeat what I said at the beginning of the last meeting,
Okay, this is where it gets good.
that this meeting has not been called according to the law. The law has been broken.
The meeting has been properly
Will you
called.
please let the chairman
Mrs. Weaver, please.
speak? Will you please let the chairman
Weaver, please.
Allard's iPads entered the fray. This is a faction that is fiercely aligned with PC Clark, who is, well, seemingly our main antagonist.
Will you please let the chairman
Mrs. Weaver, please.
This is when it started to remind me of like a Game of Thrones episode, like they're in court or something, like, would you please be quiet? Like this guy over here from House Allard's iPad. You only see half his face, but the voice is what carries the performance.
Mrs. Weaver, please.
To disrupt this meeting, I will have to remove you from it.
You can't.
You can't, you mustn't.
It's only the chairman who can remove people from a meeting. You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
She's just kicked him out.
Right, that's him gone. For now, this is actually the last appearance of head PC Clark, whatever his name is, Darth Clark. The role of the main antagonist then switches to man on the left in Allard's iPads, her faction, formerly PC Clark's lackey. Now he has to take up the mantle and defend the honour of the parish council, or what his idea of what the parish council is. He needs to defend the honour of the standing orders.
You can't.
I will have to remove you from it.
You can't.
You sounded so forlorn there, like, you know, when the evil villain in a film is like gonna do something fucked up, and then the main character's like, no, you can't do this, but he's just like removing someone from a Zoom meeting, or like temporarily like muting them, or just like putting them on hold, like, you mustn't do that, you can't. And then she does it anyway, because this guy just does not shut up.
You have no authority here, Jackie Weaver. No authority at all.
She's just kicked him out.
This is a good example of strong female characters that isn't just pandering, it is actually authentic and a real strong woman dealing with these evil, corrupt men.
Just a minute. No, she's kicked him out. Don't. She's kicked him out. Don't.
And this is when man on the left of Allard's iPad kicks off to defend the honour of the legendary, the amazing, what are they fucking called? Standing orders.
Don't. She's kicked him out. Don't.
I assume the man to his right might be his father or something, or maybe his uncle, Uncle Ben. He's much more reluctant of starting this war, starting a battle. This battle that's about to commence, so that PC Clark's removal from the Zoom meeting didn't go in vain. His sacrifice meant something.
Don't. She's kicked him out. Don't.
He's trying to calm down because he's like, we're not ready for war, we're not ready for battle. Don't poke the fire, because I sense some power here. You know, I think we've met our match. We don't know how powerful this Jackie Weaver woman is. We don't know what we're up against. We need to regroup. We need to find old PC Clark. We need to make our own Zoom. Maybe like an Xbox party. There's a safe channel where Jackie Weaver can't get us just for now. Then we can strategize, pick the battlefield, figure out how we're going to defeat this intruder to our perfectly maintained parish. The standing orders are in jeopardy here, but for now we just need to, we hold back. So he's really just trying, like, you can hear him. It's very sort of like, just don't, please don't.
Don't.
This is a meeting called by two councillors.
Illegally?
They now elect a chairman.
No, they can't, because the vice chair's here. I take charge.
Man to the right of Allard's iPad has no real control over man to the left of Allard's iPad. I think this guy is the brute of the clan, the brute of faction, standing orders faction.
No, they can't, because the vice chair's here. I take charge.
Immediately he's trying to retake the position of leader of the parish Zoom call off the very imposing Mrs. Weaver.
This is a meeting called by two councillors.
Illegally?
They now elect a chairman.
And then Jackie Weaver announces that they're going to elect another chairman for the meeting. And you have to remember that for House Allard's iPad, another Zoom chairman meeting holder is just another threat. You can't give this sort of power out so willy-nilly, because some people just will abuse it and destroy the integrity of the parish council.
No, they can't, because the vice chair's here.
There's a lot of fear behind his actions here, but he immediately shows his teeth. He does not want to show fear in this situation. He needs to show dominance, kind of like a dog. dog.
No, they can't because the vice chair's here. I take charge.
Puts his foot out on the chessboard, so to speak, and he says, I'm the vice chairman, the vice chairman's here. And now, man to the left of Allah's iPad goes ahead and moves his first pawn with this harrowing rallying cry.
Read the standing orders. Read them and understand them.
Dear me.
Appalling behaviour.
Obviously, Jackie Weaver's taken aback by this call to war.
A copy of this will, in fact, be sent to the monitoring officer.
I hope so.
Vice chair.
Out of those people,
Where's the chairman?
we
Read
elect
the standing orders. It then reverts to me.
See how it's escalated?
Where's the chairman gone?
Read the standing orders.
like to elect a chairman for this meeting.
You don't have to elect a chairman. There's a chairman already installed. The chairman of the council.
PC Clark had more allies than we thought. There's also Barry Birkhill, who's coming in to defend his honour. Read the standing orders bloke is still going on about that, about how the power reverts to him.
We
Read
elect
the standing orders. It then reverts to me. Read the standing orders.
like to elect a chairman for this meeting.
You don't have to elect a chairman. There's a chairman already installed.
This is quite a senior member of Clan Ald's iPad, so he doesn't retain all of his memory, and he's quite a dullard now. He's grown into quite a useless old man, as you will see.
Cool, we've been through this.
What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about. The chairman of the council is the chairman of the council.
He does try and combat Jackie Weaver one-on-one, but he doesn't stand a chance against a fully sophisticated Jackie Weaver, problem-solving machine.
Councillor Burkle, we've been through this.
What are you talking about? You don't know what you're talking about.
John Smith is, of course, a Jackie Weaver sympathiser, a Weaverist. He can't help but just guffaw at what a buffoon this old man is making of himself. The old foolish man stabs himself in the foot here.
The chairman of the council is the chairman of the.
Both his mind and his sword has grown very dull and blunt.
Yeah, I'm going to subpoena everybody. Let's go.
It's quite remarkable how the central battalion of Alad's iPad, they've managed to stay in the battlefield. They haven't been kicked out yet. And he's still managing to threaten subpoenas even, bringing the lawyers into the battlefield. I think he is a lawyer. He keeps claiming to just subpoena. I'm going to subpoena a lot of them. Just to make it easier, I'm going to call the younger guy on Alad's iPad Small Alad, and the older one Old Alad. No, actually, Young Alad, Old Alad.
Here comes the subpoena!
Young Alad's off screen, threatening to subpoena everybody, probably simultaneously, calling the banners, sending all the ravens off. Old Alad has got a bit of a different strategy. He's trying to put on like a bit more of a calm demeanour. He hasn't done anything hostile yet, just because he knows that if both of them just lose their shit, if there's too much chaos, they're going to get kicked out. They're going to get kicked out of the Zoom immediately, and Alad's iPad is their last footing in this war. Old Alad is quite seasoned in this sort of warfare.
Could I ask you to be respectful to Jackie Weaver, please?
More Weaverists emerge. I was wrong about Old Alad. He just seems like another crazy boomer, actually. He just starts laughing hysterically. He can't control himself. He's just laughing at the situation. I think he just likes to watch the world burn. He just loves reveling in the chaos. He knows the war is lost.
Here comes the subpoena!
These are the faces of a crazy man. I don't know if any of you have ever lost a battle or lost a game, even lost a game of Call of Duty or whatever the kids are playing, lost a game of Smash Bros. But it is quite a painful. It does cut right to deep to your core, and it does get all of the resentment. It pushes it to the forefront, and it just comes out like a disgusting toxic sludge out of your mouth, and you're about to hear the sounds it makes. Those sort of things popping out of your mouth. This young Gallard is about to exhale some quite disturbing noises.
She's kicked Barry out, so I'm leaving. No, Barry. No, Barry has gone. Oh, stay. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. Okay. We can't if you've got that. No, Barry has gone. Oh, stay. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. We can't if you've got that.
I couldn't get the glass part, but he's saying, we're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool.
We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool.
It sounds like an agent of Sauron. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. All of the villains are talking like they're in a medieval setting. Just him repeatedly saying, we're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. You idiot, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know the damage you're causing, Mrs. Weaver. You fool.
We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool. We're trying to have a Teams meeting, you fool.
This, honestly, when I first saw this was the fucking funniest thing I've ever seen. This is like one of the funniest things I've seen in a while. I don't know why, this just made me fucking piss myself. Speaking of Lord of the Rings, he goes full on Smeagol mode here. I didn't know a fucking full-grown man could make that noise still.
We can't if you've got that. Oh, we just don't listen.
You can't see this guy anymore, but you can just see out, you can just picture how red his face is and all the spit barking out his fucking mouth. And he's going, seriously, this is disturbing in terms of like, these people are real. This is just pure resentment. You're so insecure about your position in life, your role in like society, that you just hang on to these tiny morslings of fucking power and authority.
Oh, we just don't listen.
Old Allard just starts pissing himself. The chaos, all the chaos around him, he just loves it. He just loves the chaos. He just fucking, he's done with trying to play the game. He's done with trying to like own everything and rule the fucking world. He wants to see it all just go to shit. That's kind of the end of the best part. Good does prevail over evil, but it's not as interesting to watch after that because, you know, you want to see conflict. You don't want to see the aftermath. That's kind of when a film would end. That's when a story would end. But yeah, I thought I'd do a little weird analysis review of that because it was just a funny video. Now, if you can call it a meme, it's a good meme. I give it a 9 out of 10, let's say. Not quite perfect. I really hope it doesn't turn out to be that they're all actors and it's some sort of weird social experiment and none of it's real. Just because I'm suspicious of that, just because of the extent of like how many things there are, how many like funny unintentionally funny things that occur like one after the other. I just thought I might do a video on it. Character analysis. More film reviews are coming. I don't know exactly which one's going to come out first. There should be a WandaVision related video, quite a long one, out on the channel already or coming soon depending on when this goes out. The surfing Netflix series will be finished quite soon. I'm going to just, because it's only Thursday and Friday to complete, I'm going to try and get those out quite quickly, one after the other. This isn't like a thing that's going to happen where I review internet sensations. This just kind of felt like it really just did make me laugh when I saw it, and I watched it not because it like went viral, just because like some guys told me about it. It's not going to be like a series where Batcho looks at recent viral thing on the internet. This was kind of wholesomely funny. It wasn't just like there's a lot of boomer memeage to be done. My sleeping pattern's fucked and I'm doing an all-nighter to reset it. It is currently like 5:45. Might like go out to the shop and get some food if it might be open soon. Make sure to subscribe to stop the dab. What a silly video. Why are you doing this video? Why are you not doing a film review? Can you get back to them, please? Maybe you should stick with the film reviews. Bye. See you later.